Morning boys and girls, and welcome back to our second lesson of the week. Today we are going to be looking at number patterns. So yesterday we looked at shape patterns and today we're going to look at number patterns. Now boys and girls, number patterns might seem tricky to you, but as you go along and you start learning your tables and you start counting, that's why we have our 2 times table, our 3 times table, because we are counting in 2s, counting in 3s, 4s, 5s, 10s. So we are starting to see how numbers jump to each other. So when we're looking at number patterns, boys and girls, especially for grade 3, I will always give you 2 numbers together, at least 2. Here I've given you 3, but I will always give you 2 numbers together so that you can see what they are jumping in. Now when you do number patterns, boys and girls, when we're looking at the numbers, the first thing you are going to do is you are going to see what is the gap between the numbers. So what are they counting in? So from 1 to 3, there is 2. 3 to 5, 2. So we can see that this pattern, they are counting in 2s. So Emily, talk me through the rest of this here. So we've got 1, 3, 5. So what do you notice about that pattern?
It's counting in odd numbers in 2s.
It's counting in odd numbers, good point. And it's counting in
2.
2. So what would I finish the pattern for me? So we've got 1, 3, 5,
7,
7,
9,
9,
11,
11, and then 13 and 15. Then boys and girls, in grade 3, it's great that you can do the number pattern, but you have to, as a second part, you need to tell me if we're counting forwards, if we're counting backwards, and what you are counting in. So I can see that you understand how you are counting. So I'm going to put the word forwards. So we're going that way, and backwards. We are going that way. So Emily, what are we counting? Are we counting forwards or backwards in that pattern you did?
Forward.
Forwards in
2.
2s. So forwards in, and you can just do 2 and then an apostrophe S in 2s. Right, Riley P, have a look at the next one for me. So boys and girls, your first step, you are going to see what my jump is. So Riley, how much is it between 90 and 80?
10.
10. And just to double check myself, between 80 and 70?
10.
10. So we definitely know we are counting in 10s. So carry on the pattern for me.
60,
60,
50,
50,
40,
40, 30, and then 20. Now tell me, Riley P, are we counting forwards, backwards, and what are we counting in?
we're counting backwards in 10s.
Backwards in 10s. Okay, so backwards. I'm just going to scribble, boys and girls, backwards in 10s. Okay, Riley P, you can also do the next one for me, and then Emmy can do the other one. We've got 140, 144, 148. So Emmy, what would my first step be?
Drawing the line.
So I'm going to see how much is in between those 2 numbers. So what is between 140 and 140 and 144? 4. Okay, and double check myself. I go to the next number. Between 144 and 148?
4.
4. Okay, now let's see. You two can do this together. What do you think is going to come next, Riley P. Emily, after 148?
132.
No, think again. Think. 100 and?
30. And 52.
152. Good girl. Riley, what will be next?
156.
156. Emmy, do you know what will be next?
160.
160. Good. Okay, Emmy, can you tell me, what are we counting? Are we counting forwards or backwards?
Forward.
Forwards in?
Forward.
Forwards. Okay, forwards in 4s. Now, boys and girls, another way that you can do this, let's just have a look. My cameraman could focus on M's. Okay, M, have a look at that first pattern there. We've got 3, 6, 9. So what is my first step that I need to do?
See how much is in between the numbers.
Okay, see how much is in between the numbers. And how much is in between the numbers?
3.
3, okay. So now what do you think would be the next after 9 if I'm counting in 3s?
12.
12, and then
15.
15, good. Then
18.
good. Okay, and what are you counting, forwards or backwards?
Forward.
Forwards in?
3.
Okay. Boys and girls, another way, if you are getting confused, I'm just going to put this here. If you are getting confused, you can always use your number chart in your manual. It's on page 143. And on your counting chart, or the one that you've got from your chair bag, you can then highlight the numbers. I would highlight 3, I would highlight 6, I would highlight 9. And then I would automatically be able to see that we are jumping 3 jumps from each number. So from 3, I jump 1, 2, 3 to my next number. From 6, I go 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jumps to my next number. So that is how I know I'm counting in 3s. Riley, okay, Emily, you can do the next one while we've got you here. So we've got 105, 100, 95. So what is the first step? Yes. What are we counting in?
5.
In 5s. Good. Okay, try and finish the pattern for me.
90.
Good.
85.
Good. So now what are we counting? Are we counting forwards or backwards? And what are we counting in?
We're counting in 5.
In 5s. Okay, you can.
And we're counting backwards.
Backwards in 5s. So boys and girls, for that one I would have said, where is it? I would have gone 105, then to 100, then to 95, and I would have seen my jumps would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth jump would land on the number. So I know my next one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one lands on the number. So let's see, Emily finished it. Good. And we're backwards in 5s. Let's see, Riley P. Next one, please. Okay, you've got a slightly bigger number. Okay. So Riley P, you've got 200, 220, 240. First step. Yes. So what are you going to see? How much is between each of the numbers that they've given you? So between, we're counting in 20s. Good girl. Okay, and what are we counting, forwards or backwards? Forwards in 20s. Okay, good. So we are going forwards in 20s. Now, do you want to do the next one, Riley P? Try the next one. Okay, the next one, boys and girls. So some of these numbers we're getting pretty big here.
Let me look at it.
Okay, good. So we've got 500, 450, 400. So what's the first step? I'm going to see what I'm jumping in between my two numbers. Good. So I'm going in 50s. What will come after it? Good. So we are going 500, 450, 400, 350, 300, 250. What am I counting? Forwards or backwards? Backwards. In 50s. Good. Boys and girls, number patterns we can be counting we can be counting in 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, any numbers, even as high as 50s and 100s. Keep your number chart with you. If you battle a bit, it is always easy to see if, like we do in class, boys and girls, when we're doing our counting and we highlight our numbers, you can start seeing the pattern visually with your eyes. This is quite abstract, but when you've got your number chart with you, it is very visual and your eyes start to see where the pattern is emerging. So on the next slide, you're going to practice some number patterns for me. If you struggle, let me know and I can walk you through it. But I think you'll manage this because we're getting quite good with our tables now. You're starting to see the patterns between numbers. And yeah, I think you're going to fly. I'll chat to you later. Bye, boys and girls.